Hi, this is good another time talking about a new terminology which is being talked in Kenya about Generation Z, which actually have organized protests against the finance bill in Kenya. And they are now the talk. The Generation Z are young people who started occupying parliament. Just have a look. They are in big numbers on the streets of Nairobi. Not only there, we also have this there in parliament, and then we have in Nakuru protesting. How they have made history in a country where actually like opposition is not there. There has been a big vacuum that now Kenya does not have actually an official position. Or official position does not make a sense in Kenya. But who are these Generation Z? Sometimes people have heard this name and they heard about the baby boomers. One of the things we have to say, naming of generation is more American way, American style, which people know about. They don't know much about these other generations. This is the timeline normally accepted that we have the people who lived in America before 1924 are called the greatest generation. It was coined by Tom Brokaw. Then we had the silent generation. Then from there we have baby boomers and Generation X, millennials, and now Generation Z. These are the people who are born in 1997 and to 2012. And then even now we have a new generation called Generation Alpha. These are the digital kids who are born. They are probably 8 years or below from 2013 to the present. So those are the generations we have. Every generation has done in this past. Now, in trying to transform this into Kenya, to come to generation, our greatest generation probably are the people who were born and lived before the colonialists came to Kenya. They lived their simple nomad life in huts, and it was the economy was a local one. They saw the Europeans come and they start colonizing Africans. That is the greatest generation. Then the silent generation were born maybe around 1920s. And some of them now, they were born seeing that the people were being ruled by the colonialists. They went into missionary schools. They got some got education, some got employment. And that is the time the colonialists were putting infrastructure. Then the baby boomers were also born in the 1940s. This is the time now the colonialists had established hospitals. Many people were not dying. They were taught new good agriculture. There were infrastructure. So survival of many kids. So also we can say we had our baby boom because of infant mortality rate went down. So in 1960s, then that's when Generation X, these are the people after the colonialists had left. We had ushered a new government ruled by African, but who were also dictators. But they had expanded education and many opportunities of employment. So the people, Generation X, when they went to school, they were actually more likely. You were told that if you work hard, you get good grades, you can get a job. You were sure if you pass, that this is the time the people who go to university will come from university and they get a job. Then it followed also the millennials. The millennials were children of Generation X. Probably some of them, they had were opportunities. They didn't have much problems as they were born in families which were doing well. They had some hope if they finish college, they will get a job. But now, coming to this other generation now, Generation Z is a population which has got an education, but they don't have the opportunities. These are the people now who are on the street protesting. And this is the force you cannot ignore. These are the people who do not have their cultural or ethnic affiliation. These are the people who are born during the information age. They only communicate, they have million friends online. They communicate, they don't care where you come from, like unlike other generation before where people want to know. And that is the population Kenya is dealing with right now. This is a force. The way they have demonstrated and they have organized, they can even bring a government down. They had high hopes of President Ruto. Ruto, as a candidate, was promising Generation Z. They thought once he goes to office, he was going to create opportunities. But what has happened? It is totally contrary. He said he would bring cost of living down. What is happening? The cost of living is going up. So what we are seeing is a new revolution in Kenya. People like Martin Skuku had their time. They tried to fight the dictatorial system of some time back. But with this new, and if they organize themselves the way they are going, the members of parliament, the president, they need to think twice. These are not the people you would buy. They want real jobs. They want things. They want to do their own things. If you want even to tax their digital income, even the little they are doing. So we are not going to succeed, but this is a generation probably which will make Kenya free. Not that the other generation have not done their job. At independence, the people who came government, they become corrupt, they become tribalist, and we saw people fight. People, we have to honor people like Martin Skuku, Kenneth Matiba, and many Jaramogi Odinga, Raila Odinga, and the other people. They fought for this. And we thought that after passing a new constitution, things were going to change. But it looks like things are the same. The youths have been ignored, their lives, but those people who are in the government, they are really enjoying. This is a new movement which the Ruto administration should not take it lightly. These are the people who can bring you down. If they say occupy, if they start occupying parliament, what are you going to do? This is a generation which may make Kenya really free. How? Corruption, we thought corruption was to be fought, but we don't see that. Take, for example, President Ruto told us that his friends in Arab Emirates paid for his trip to the US. What an irony. We know exactly that they did not pay. Abu Dhabi Oil, Enoch, is the one supplying diesel and kerosene. And another company from Arab Emirates is supplying petrol. All that, our country has been mortgaged. And these youth are very intelligent. They know that is the Generation Z. We say this generation is going to be the future of Kenya. And as they go like this is more like a guerrilla war. And their mobilization, without all of these ethnic biases, they are going to change the country. Let's wait and see what is going to happen, because things are really going very well. Kudos. You can see how they organize themselves, how they work without a leader. They are able to come and occupy parliament. That is the motivation that this country is headed somewhere. Without this, our country would be liberated, because we have had people who go there and keep quiet. Where are those members of parliament who are complaining? Now that they are on the table eating, they have kept quiet. So I would wish this to continue, and kudos to Generation Z. This is your time. Seize the moment, seize the day, and make a difference. That is what you will do. Seize the moment and make it great, and you can liberate our country. We are looking to a time that this country will be liberated by none other than the Gen